Alexis Bellino confirms her RHOC exit. I was not asked back. The Real Housewives of Orange County fans are popping their champagne after getting major news about the upcoming season. Producers have listened to the outcry of outraged viewers to fire last season's biggest villain, Alexis Bellino. The blonde beauty confirmed that she was not asked back, but wasn't surprised by the decision given where things left off at the reunion. However, when she announced the news to former Housewives producer Carlos King, he was surprised. Nonetheless, Alexis is bidding goodbye to the franchise, and a new season is set to film early 2025. As for who's returning, Shannon Beater, Katie Janela, and Jennifer Pedranti seemingly had their contracts renewed as the duo teased their return in a recent post. Alexis Bellino admits she was not asked back for season 19. In an interview with Carlos on the Going RHOC podcast, the returning RHOC star admitted she is done with the show. Here's first-hand information. Carlos King said Alexis, "I am not asked back next season." The 47-year-old got the call from her boss, Alex Baskin, and admitted it was a hard conversation. While the outcome wasn't shocking, Alexis confessed she was surprised by the timing and was unprepared for the news. "I didn't think contracts were coming out. I thought we still had more time," she explained. "It was shocking when the call came. I was never shocked about that information." Why was Alexis fired from the show? Alexis felt the last scene in season 18 put the nail in the coffin for her possible return, referencing when the cameras picked back up post-reunion. The women, including Tamra Judge and Heather Dubrow, visited Shannon's home to tell her that John Jansen heard her car crash the night of her DUI and showed solidarity with a mom of 3. Viewers felt it was damage control for Tamra and Heather after they got dragged for siding with Alexis throughout the season. Meanwhile, Alexis said she was gobsmacked and completely let down by her 2 friends when she watched the scene. The RHOC star had several thoughts about the moment, one being, "Holy ****. Tamra and Heather just did this to me." That has caused friction in Alexis's friendship with the duo, her 2 main allies on the show. Alexis bids goodbye to RHOC. Alexis and her man, John Jansen, are moving on, and the RHOC star posted on Instagram, "When one door closes, another one opens." Romans 8:28, and we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him. She also wished luck to her former castmates, writing, "Love my girls," and wishing them the best season yet. Alexis Bellino had always known that reality TV was a fickle beast, but hearing the words out loud still stung. She sat in her Orange County home, scrolling through messages from friends and fans alike, all asking the same question: "Why aren't you coming back to the Real Housewives of Orange County?" The answer was simple, but also sharp. She was not asked back. After years of navigating the world of designer handbags, extravagant parties, and explosive drama, Alexis had been officially benched. It wasn't her choice. No matter how gracefully she spun it, the truth sat heavy in her chest. She could practically hear Tamra Judge cackling from across the OC, while Heather Dubrow likely sipped her high-priced champagne in smug satisfaction. "I knew this day would come," Alexis murmured, adjusting a perfectly highlighted strand of hair as she stared at her reflection. "But I thought it would be on my own terms." The news broke in a whirlwind of headlines. Alexis Bellino confirms RHOC exit. "I was not asked back" blared from gossip sites and Bravo blogs. The internet dissected every word, turning her statement into a feast for the reality TV-obsessed masses. Was she bitter? Was she relieved? Would she attempt a triumphant return in future seasons? In truth, Alexis was a mixed bag of emotions. Part of her was sad. RHOC had been a defining chapter in her life. But another part of her, the part that had spent countless nights recovering from on-camera fights, was free. Still, the sting remained. She thought back to her last few interactions with the cast. The tension with Heather, the distance from Shannon, the unspoken knowledge that she was no longer at the center of the drama. Had they seen this coming before she did? It's all about relevancy, she whispered to herself, scrolling through social media. And apparently, I wasn't relevant enough. Her Instagram inbox overflowed with messages. "New, we need the Jesus Jugs energy. They replaced you with who's you. RHOC won't be the same without you." And of course the inevitable. Well, at least Jim won't be making any more Bravo appearances. Alexis rolled her eyes at the mention of her ex-husband, Jim Bellino. Their divorce had been messy, and if she was honest, a part of her was glad that Bravo cameras had not been rolling through the worst of it. Maybe, just maybe, getting off this ride wasn't the worst thing that could happen. But then there was the other reality. The one where she wasn't in the Housewives loop anymore. No more cast trips to Cabo where someone inevitably got too drunk and hurled accusations across the dinner table. No more high-end fashion feuds with the ladies of Orange County. No more reunions where Andy Cohen arched his brow and asked Alexis, "Do you think you were really friends with them?" She sighed, setting her phone down. She needed to spin this. Fast. Grabbing a notebook, she jotted down possible future moves. Podcast. Too many housewives have podcasts already. Lifestyle brand expansion. Could work, but Shannon already has the holistic market covered. Instagram influencer. Dear God, no, I'm not selling teeth whitening kits. Another show. Maybe a RHOC legacy spinoff if Andy ever calls. Play the long game and make a comeback in a few years. If Vicky can, so can I. Alexis stared at the list, exhaling. A Housewives exit wasn't necessarily permanent. History proved that if Bravo loved anything, it was a comeback story. Tamra had left and returned. Heather had exited only to return with a multi-million-dollar mansion storyline. Even Vicky, the OG of the OC, managed to claw her way back into Bravo headlines every so often. Maybe Alexis just needed time. Or maybe, just maybe, life after RHOC was going to be better. For years, she had been defined by the show. She had walked into its universe as the glamorous, God-loving wife, only to be chewed up by the drama machine. She had played her part, clashed with Tamra, and delivered the iconic Jesus Jugs moment that would outlive her time on Bravo. But that was the past. Now she was free. No contracts. No forced friendships. No manufactured drama. As the sun set over Orange County, Alexis picked up her phone and typed a final response to the swirling gossip. "I loved my time on RHOC, and I'm grateful for all the memories. But sometimes, doors close so better ones can open. And trust me, I'm just getting started." She hit post and smiled. Let them talk. She had a new life to build.